Hi everybody, I'm Nicole Taylor. I will be doing my author, poet, illustrator study presentation over a man who was all three of those. Theodore Seuss Geisel, or as most of us know him as Dr. Seuss. According to Robert Wilson of the New York Times Book Review, Dr. Seuss was, quote, probably the best loved and certainly the best-selling children's book author of all times. Theodore Geisel originally planned on becoming an English professor, but he became frustrated when he was placed into a very insignificant field of research. After leaving graduate school in 1926, he worked on it as a magazine cartoonist, selling cartoons and other humorous pieces. Geisel made a cartoon about Flit, which was a spray can pesticide, and it attracted the Standard Oil Company. In 1928, he was hired to draw that magazine's advertisements. After returning to Europe in 1936, he amused himself by putting together what were called nonsense poems, and he made his first one to the rhythm of a ship's engine. Later on, he illustrated for his rhymes and published, quote, "And to think I saw it on Mulberry Street." This became his first children's book. The story was set in his hometown of Springfield, Massachusetts. In the story, a boy's imagination transforms a horse-drawn wagon into a huge parade of strange creatures and vehicles. He also became famous for the 500 Hats of Bartholomew Covens, Horton Hatches the Egg, and McElligot's Pool. Because of World War II, Geisel had to give up on writing children's literature and devote himself to the war effort. He worked with the Information and Education Division of the U.S. Army. While he was there, he made documentary films for American soldiers. One of his films, Hitler Lives, won an Academy Award. He later adapted several of his books into animated cartoon television specials. The most famous being How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which most of us have seen. It's a traditional holiday movie. Shortly after that, he became even more famous after he wrote The Cat in the Hat. When it came out, it revolutionized the world of children's book publishing. He was published by Beginner Books, which was bought out by Random House. Random House made Geisel the president of the Beginner Books division. From this time, Geisel and Beginner Books created many of the classics that we all know and love today, to include, but not limited to, Green Eggs and Ham, Fox and Socks, The Lorax, The Butter Battle Book, and Your Only Old Ones. In 2004, Random House began a celebration in honor of the 100th anniversary of Geisel's birth. He sold more books for Random House than any other author, and he was also depicted on a stamp issued by the U.S. Postal Service. The book I'm going to be reading for you today is Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to the great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, and you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what to do, and you are the guy who will decide where to go. You'll look up and down the streets, look them over with care. About some who you will say, I choose to not go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not so good street. And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there in the wide open air. Out there things can happen and frequently do to people as brainy and as footsy as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang, and soon you'll take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say, but sadly it's true, that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on, and you'll be left in a lurch. You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and chances are then that you will be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go in, should you turn left or right 3/4, or maybe not quite? Or go back and sneak in from behind? Simple it's not, I'm afraid you'll find, for mind maker upper to make up his mind. You can get so confused that you'll start in to race down long wiggled roads at a breaknecking pace and grind on for miles across weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, towards the most useless place, the waiting place. For people just waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is just waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, waiting for the wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or waiting, perhaps, for their Uncle Jake, or for a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape all that waiting and staying. You'll find the bright places where boom bands are playing. With banner flip-flapping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. Ready because you are that kind of guy. Oh, the places you'll go. There is fun to be done. There are points to be scored. There are games to be won. And the magical things you can do with that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame! You'll be famous as famous can be, with a whole wide world watching you on TV. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win because you'll play against you. All alone. Whether you like it or not, alone will be something you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance You'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much and you won't want to go on. But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go, through the hack and cracks howl. Onward, up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far, and face up to your problems, whatever they are. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. And you will succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So, be your name Buxbaum or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai, Alley, Van Allen, O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Kid, you'll move many mountains. The end.